Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are debating the resolution. The price of cigarettes should be raised to discourage people from buying them. I, as an affirmative side, strongly support this idea. I have 3 reasons: health, second-hand smoke, and tax. So my first reason is health. As you all know, cigarettes contains lots of toxins. According to WHO, which stands for the World Health Organization, tobacco kills up to half of smokers, and annual death toll could be raised to more than 8 billion by 2030. And one person dies every 6 seconds due to tobacco, which means 700 people die every single hour plus because of tobacco. Despite these facts, most smokers cannot stop smoking easily because an extraordinarily strong desire from nicotine dependence seduces them into an unescapable circle. So my second reason is second-hand smoke. It is not only smokers but also all non-smokers who are suffering and damaged by cigarette issue. WHO says that over 40% of children have at least one smoking parent, and second-hand smoke causes more than 600 premature deaths per year. Children are in danger because of tobacco. So my last reason is tax. As you all know, cigarettes includes lots of high tax rate, and raising tobacco tax is so beneficial. According to U.S. Alcohol and Tobacco Tax and Trade Bureau, every single state that has raised its tax rate has received more tax than before. For example, in 2007, Texas increased $1 per pack of cigarettes, and even though the sale decreased 20%, Texas received almost twice more revenue, which is equal to 1 billion. So with my 3 reasons, health, second-hand smoke, and tax, I hope I could convince you that price of cigarettes should be raised to discourage people from buying them. Thank you.
Thank you, ladybugs and germs. Today we are debating the resolution that the price of cigarettes should be raised. On the negative team, I strongly disagree with this. First, I will refute my generous opponent's points, then I will give my own. His first point was, I just got rid of it, toxins? No.
Toxins, yeah.
Toxins? Health, excuse me, health. He discussed how 1 in 6 people die because of cigarette smoking and cancer and stuff like that. And while this may be true, it is irrelevant. These are not young people that are dying. Nobody in here is dying with cigarette smoking. These are old people that are dying after a lifetime of enjoyment of smoking. If they're not going to die from cigarette smoke, they're going to die from cancer, of something else, or heart attacks, or strokes. They're going to die. We all die anyway. We're not talking about young people, we're talking about old people. His second point was secondhand smoke, and he discussed how there were 40%, I think is the number, of children in the world have one parent who smokes, and that this can lead to health complications and even death. And this is easy to solve. We don't need to raise taxes. We need to educate the people that are smoking. And I'm sure most of them already know, you don't smoke around the kid. You often see people going outside to smoke, they don't smoke in their cars. That's going to help their kids. His third point was raising taxes. He said that when you raise taxes, the government makes more money. Well, yes, this is true, but it's irrelevant. Taxes are taxes. When you raise taxes, the government makes more money. However, this is an unequal tax. You're not taxing everyone, you're only taxing a small portion of the population, which isn't fair. When you go to the grocery store and you buy food, we all pay the same amount. of tax. That's fair. But if you're only taxing a small portion of the population, that's not fair. Now that I have refuted my opponent's points, let me discuss my own. Of course, I have three. I have freedom of choice. That's number one. Number two is sales taxes are already high. And number three is money for taxes are not used properly. Did you get those? And my first point is the freedom of choice. As you know, the United States is a free country. As a matter of fact, the Declaration of Independence, which was signed on July 4th, that's tomorrow, one of the most famous documents in the world, says that everybody should have life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And frankly, if you want to smoke, that's not my job to tell you you can't. That's your job to be happy. And so we shouldn't be raising taxes to tell people that they can't do something that makes them happy. Right? My second point is sales tax are already high. If you didn't know, Forbes magazine earlier this year said that the average sales tax in the United States was 9.6%. That's just general sales tax, 9.6%. That's already pretty high. That means you, for every dollar, you pay 9.6 cents in sales tax. And then you're going to pick on certain people and make them pay more. For example, the average price of cigarettes, according to Reuters news agency, is $5.15. And the average tax is already $1.40 for cigarettes. That's 25%. So let me put that down for you. If you buy a pack of cigarettes, you pay 25% in taxes. If you buy an apple, you pay 10%. This is not fair. 10% is already a high number. And my esteemed opponent wants to raise it higher? This is not fair. Finally, the money in taxes do not go to the right places. As you know, the United States does not have a universal health care system. Instead, we have insurance companies. If we're concerned about money, about health care costs for these people, we shouldn't be collecting taxes. It doesn't go to their health care insurance companies. People in the United States pay for health care insurance. Perhaps you heard that 2 years ago, President Obama signed the Affordable Health Care Act, and this mandated that people pay insurance companies for their insurance, not taxes. So if people pay taxes, it's not actually going to help them at all in their health care, but maybe that's where the money needs to go. If they're going to get sick, as my friend has pointed out, where does the money come from to pay for their health care? Insurance companies, not the government. So it's just a tax grab from the government to get more money? That's not good. We already have too many taxes. So for these three reasons, I say freedom of choice, sales tax is already too high, and even when we do tax, the money doesn't go to the right place. We should not raise the price of cigarettes. We should not have the price of cigarettes be raised in order to discourage people from smoking. That's all I wish, buddy. How long is that? Yeah.
Sorry, press 2 minutes.
first I will refute my opponent's point, then I will support my own. So his first point was
Freedom of choice.
yeah, multiple choice. They said, actually, he said, in United States, we are free to choose every single thing, but it is not. However, it is not always true because not all of us are treated equally. So his second point is taxes on cigarette is already high, but it is not important because taxes are not treated not every tax is treated equally, and each tax has each amount differently. This is how taxes are. And his third point is so taxes are not used properly, but this is not significant because taxes, even though it is true that taxes may be abused, but it's also true that taxes can be used to educate people, not to educate people to know how cigarette badly affect on humankind. So now that I have defeated my opponent's points, I will support my own. My first point is health, and he said not only young children but also old people will die because of tobacco for a long time, but this is not true because, and it's not significant because the fact still remains: the cigarette, of course, badly affect on our health, and we can deny this negative effect. And my second point was second-hand smoke, and he said education maybe help us help people to know how cigarettes badly affect on us, so we can avoid this situation. But it is not true because it is that in poor countries, those who can get a proper education are suffering the tobacco issue, but not rich people who already can have a great education. And my third point was taxes, and he said taxes on cigarettes are unequally already high. But it is not significant. It is not significant. Like I said, taxes can be used to educate people. Taxes also can be used to educate people not to easily use the cigarette and not to get hurt by cigarette. So now that I have I clearly defeated my opponent's point, and with my three reasons: health, second-hand smoke, and taxes, I hope I could convince you that the price of cigarettes should be raised to discourage people from buying them. Thank you.